Big John, what you got for me, Big John?
Good afternoon, Wes. How are you?
Chilling.
So I love our dialogues. I think they're super important, but I had some intense vision and intense knowledge delivered to me this week, and I was wondering if I might be able to hold the floor solo for a couple minutes.
Oh, definitely not.
Okay, well then we'll keep the dialogue going. So
this is a Q&A, not John's time to take the floor, because, people start doing that, it's a wrap. This is a Q&A. You can ask a question or you can share a win or whatever. But
totally.
It's definitely, you can start your own platform and area, though. You definitely can do that. And if you don't do that from here on forward, you.
Yeah, no.
Literally, if you don't now, start an IG and start speaking on crazy. If you don't now, start your own Mighty Network and all this you and everything you were thinking about. Literally.
No. Words taken.
Right.
Actually,
you ain't gonna come on my No.
Wes, I hear you, and your words hit. I actually had someone reach out to me from this program last week asking if I had a YouTube channel. I don't, but this to me is kind of like
What's stopping you?
Say again?
What's stopping you? The piss,
fear, reluctance.
Massive fear. Drop your video. Let's see how crushed you get.
I don't think I will be.
Crush you.
I don't think I will be, actually. But
No, don't. Everyone hold him to it. He's dropping his video on Monday. 365 days from Monday. We want to see if he's still posting regularly. How many posts are you going to do a week?
I've never done any posts. I don't know.
No, but how many are you? Can you hold all of us to? Let's see let's see the man you are right now. How many can you hold us to a week? And let's see if you can last 1 year and really pull it off and not just tap out.
So there you have it. I got called out by a man that never breaks his word to essentially hold my word for a year. And I'm really pleased to announce that I have. And I'm not saying this because I need some sort of accolade or award or some sort of nonsense external validation. On the contrary, I'm saying this so I can empower you all to hold your word in whatever creative project you have kicking around in your head. I'm so thankful for the spur I was given. And just so no one forgets, the words that were used to start this entire NYC Foodways journey were you, if. So you is but you if you don't deliver is actually a very powerful motivating tool when it comes from a place of good intent. It's very clear that Wes had the positive intent. He wanted me to start producing, and I did, because I was told you if you don't do this. And this is an extremely valuable lesson. People go to school and they spend a lot of money on certain courses to try to get them equipped with the skills to achieve certain things culturally, but sometimes it just takes those two very powerful words to start the journey, and the journey is ongoing. I don't really know where this is headed. As a matter of fact, before I started the YouTube channel, I envisioned it as potentially a podcast series or some other discussion, and we might head in that direction in the future, but at least for the time being and for the time that I can perceive, I'm going to keep posting daily on IG. I'm going to keep cutting these weekly YouTube videos, and I'm going to keep putting forth what I value, which are stories around food and culture, specifically the food and culture of New York City, and some other metaphysical stuff and some other literary narratives and other things like that. But it's a holistic worldview that I would not have been able to put forth had I not been called out to do so. And it's this that I really value. I really value this in a mentor and a teacher, someone that is so interested in having the folks that rely on them bring value to the world that he will attempt to connect with them on whatever level. And I don't know, I'm really thankful for that. A question I get with some frequency from viewers, typically in messages or offline, is how long does it take for you to make one of these weekly YouTube videos? And it varies, but let's just take the standard one, which is going to be a discussion of some cultural aspect. A restaurant or whatever. There's typically a morning writing process. So every morning I'll write or do research on the subject for between 1 and 2 hours. After the writing and research is finished, I will then transcribe it onto my computer, and then there's an editing process that takes between, let's say, 2 and 5 hours. After the editing process is done, I'll put it onto a teleprompter app. I'll bring it to the park. You'll see me at one of the parks now. I'm in Corlears Hook Park, and I'll sit and I'll shoot it. And this has proven to be one of the most time-intensive and I guess stressful is the right word, aspects of the project. Believe it or not, I think we're at 54, 54 episodes running. Each week there is a unique and new problem that presents itself in the recording process. Either it's technological or it's environmental. There have been weeks with high winds. There have been weeks with freak snowstorms that I've still recorded in. There have been weeks with my phone overheating, with my phone freezing, with storage issues, with connectivity issues. The files got wiped. There's always something going on, and that's part of the journey as well. I've had a million times where I could quit, and I know you all have too, and I hope that in whatever project you've worked on, you haven't quit, and I hope the next project you engage in, you don't quit, because God knows I've had plenty of opportunities too, but no, the mission is important, and really putting my word on this thing is of paramount virtue for me. So that's the recording process. After I record it, I'll take the files home, upload them, and as they upload, I'll begin writing the storyboard. This is where I garner all the different images and text and all the things outside of just the base writing and research, and I'll have those worked on. I have a creative director that I work with, and she's incredible. You'll be hearing a lot more from and about her in the near future, I would assume, and I send a lot of those files off to her to be juiced up and edited and cropped and whatnot, implanted into the monologue, according to a certain time frame, and then the finished product is returned to me. I review it, and then it's set to upload. So I would say, all told, each episode takes, on my end, anywhere between, let's say, 20 and 40 hours. The book review episodes are a lot more intensive. They take easily between 40 and, I would say, maybe 30 and 60 hours, because one has to read and reread and really do a deep, thorough dive into it. And then things like movie reviews, they're slightly less intensive. And then the least intensive ones would be the time-lapse art. I essentially formulate the concept and draw out the timing breakdown, and then I have my creative director do the execution. So that's it in a nutshell. I want to thank you all for joining me on this journey. I think we all can see where this is headed, and I don't really care how long it takes as long as you're here with me. Much love.